So here I am making my custom journaling cards. If you watched my previous December daily videos, you'll see that I'm doing different sized page protectors, so I can't use normal 3x4 cards. So my cards are 2 3/4 by 4 1/8. And I just decided to make custom ones instead of cutting down already pre-made ones. I will probably still use some of the pre-made ones that I have. If you watched my December daily kit video, you'll see that I have some in there, and I'll probably use those too, but I wanted to make some of my own. So here I am. The first one I'm making, I wanted to make a frame to go around it. So this is the easiest way that I found to make frames, and that's just to kind of score the back of the paper really lightly, so you just see that there's a faint line, and then I just use the pencil to mark the corners where I'm going to stop cutting, and then I just go on my scoreboard and use a straight blade and just cut along where I've previously scored, stopping at the lines that I've marked, and then it makes a cute little perfect frame. And I make mine 1/2 inch thick, but obviously you could do it any amount that you wanted. I just like the 1/2 inch. I think it looks nice. So here I am. I'm just going to pop those up with some foam adhesive, so it just stands up a little bit on my journaling card. And this card, you could easily put a picture on it, or you could just leave it plain. You wouldn't, either way. So here I am. I'm trying to figure out, I want something more on there than just the frame. So I decided to stick a little sticker on there as kind of a little banner. And it looks cute there, but I wanted the ends to kind of look a little bannerish, so I cut the ends. You can't really see that there, but when I do close-ups at the end of this video, you'll be able to see. And I just put a little piece of foam to pop it up so it was even with the frame. Here I am showing you my deer punch. This is just the Paper Studios deer punch I got at Hobby Lobby, and I'm sort of obsessed with it. I like to use it all the time. I make every sort of deer. If you check out my Instagram, I have fringe deer that I've made. They're kind of Maggie Holmes inspired, that are adorable. So here I am just gluing this guy on there, and with these deer I can't help myself but add bows, like bow ties to all of them. So I literally bought a bow punch just so I could add bows to my deer. So this is the Tim Holtz bow punch. It's my favorite one. It took me a while to pick a bow punch out, but the Tim Holtz one is my favorite. Here I am putting some embossing, what is that? Embossing ink, I guess, on a tree that I've punched out. I have you can't really see it until I get the embossing powder on there, but I have the tree punch from Paper Studio as well, and I just gold embossed it because I'm using kind of this gold embossing throughout my December daily just to make it a little bit more cohesive. So I just gold embossed that, and then I'm just going to pop it up with some foam adhesive here, and then pop it on that plaid journaling card there. So there it goes. And I love the way that this one turned out. I think it turned out so super cute. But again, it's a little too plain and simple there, so I got some stickers. These are Paper Studio stickers. They're on sale, and I just popped that on there and then cut off the edges of the sticker because it was a little longer than I wanted it to be. So I just cut that off, and that one is finished. If you guys want to see close-ups, you'll have to wait until the end of the video because I didn't hold any of them up to the camera because I guess I was just too busy kind of in the mode of crafting, so I didn't get any close-ups during, so you'll have to wait until the end of the video to see close-ups. This one turned out to be my absolute favorite one that I made. So here I am stamping with some embossing ink, and then I'm putting that gold embossing powder. The embossing powder, in case you're wondering, is just Recollections embossing powder. So I'm just putting on. I got this stamp set from one of my pen pals. She's from Australia, so I'm not sure you'd be able to find that stamp set here, but it's got just these gold splatters. And again, I didn't hold it up to the camera so you could see the end result, but you'll see it at the end, and it's really, really cute. But it just ended up with kind of gold embossed paint splatters. This deer head is also from that same stamp set that the paint splatter came from, and I just gold embossed that as well. And then because I didn't stamp it very centered, I decided to do another frame. This frame is, instead of the gold or the glitter paper, I just used some of the plaid paper that I had in my December daily kit. But I'm doing the same exact technique, so I just scored it lightly, and then I'm just cutting on that score line, stopping where I marked with the pencil marks. And then I'm just placing that on the card so that the deer head's centered in there. And then that one is just about finished. And I just cut off the excess, and that's done. Here, this one was not my favorite. I really liked this heart stamp. This is also with the same stamp set. It's like a wood grain heart, so it's really cute. And my camera decided to stop filming me. Apparently it didn't think that it needed to film anymore, so it stopped filming me, but I had restarted the card anyway, so it didn't really matter. So here I am, I'm using that gold, or the wood grain heart, and I'm stamping in red, and then I'm going to stamp in the middle where you see the empty spot with the embossing ink, and then I'm going to put the gold embossing powder on that. The only reason I didn't love this one is not because it wasn't a cute card, but it looked a little Valentine's-y for me. And I wanted, a little bit more on there because it did look a little Valentine's-y. So I was going to put some of the Christmas ephemera on there. And I wanted something that said, love, and, there are pieces in there, like there's one that says like peace, joy, and love, or something like that. And I thought that would be really cute, but it was too big. So I was trying to find something that kind of had that love feel to it, but nothing was really the right size. That Noel was like the perfect size, but I wanted it to say something else other than Noel. And then I found this piece of ephemera that says love it on it. So I thought that would work. But again, it just looks a little Valentine's Day and not Christmassy enough, so I don't love it, ironically enough. So this one, because I had that ephemera out, I decided to do just a simple card with ephemera pieces. This is probably the easiest way to make journaling cards, and I just took one of the pattern papers I had. I took 2 little present pieces. I put one down just flat against the paper, and then one I popped up with foam adhesive. And just like that, you have a little journaling card. So that one's done. Now I'm moving on to the bigger journaling cards. So if you've watched my previous video, you'll see that I'm doing 2 sizes in my for my pages, for my pocket pages. So this size is just double the width of the previous size. So I think it's like 5.5 by 4 1/8. And again, I'm doing some of the gold embossing on this. I'm using a little star stamp to gold emboss on the edge here, and I can't really see where the stars are coming out, so I'm kind of just guessing, but I wanted them to start out kind of thicker at one corner and then kind of have a gradient effect go up through the card itself. So here I am embossing, putting on the embossing powder, and then when I shake it off, it actually looked pretty good. So I was pretty happy with the outcome of that one. And then I had these stickers again that I just got from Hobby Lobby. They were like on sale for $1, and you got 2 sheets, and it had a lot of golds and blacks, which is part of the colors, or some of the colors that I'm using in my December daily album. So it was kind of perfect that they had these little reindeer, and that one is finished. This little piece of fiber here, they're like little mini tassels. Mary had sent me a picture that she had seen on Instagram of somebody who had used these little mini tassels to make like a tag or something, and it looked adorable. And so this last week at Hobby Lobby, they had all of their Paper Studio fibers on sale. So I got a whole bunch of different colors of this little tassel. I don't know what you'd call it. It's just, they're little mini tassels. Anyways, so I really wanted to use that on one of the journaling cards because I just thought it was a cute effect and added a lot of texture to it. And so I put that on there. I did one of the stickers from my kit that you guys saw in the previous video, but it was just a little too much black and white. And I know I used a lot of black and white in it here, which is so odd for me because I am not a black and white person. I usually use a lot of colors, or I like pretty pastel-y colors. So this is kind of stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit. So that sticker I just popped up on some foam. I just used fun foam that I got at Hobby Lobby. Popped it up and then glued it down, and then off camera I glued the tassels down on the card. And again, I didn't show any close-ups of it because apparently I wasn't thinking, but you'll see close-ups at the end. So here I'm using one of these little sticker tags that I got from My Mind's Eye. If you had seen my previous video where I go over my kit, you'll see that I had these in my kit, and they are just like tags that you'd put on a present, but I thought they'd be really cute journaling cards. You could journal about when you're opening presents, or a certain present you got from somebody. So I just stuck that on there, and then I decided to add some kind of twine around it so it would kind of add to the whole tag, Christmas tag effect. So I just tied this on there. And I thought that looked really cute. This is just red and white baker's twine, and I just tied it in a little bow right there. So my son is trying to come upstairs. Sorry. So here I am just cutting it off, and I thought it just looked a little plain, so I decided to kind of make a little border around the tag. So I just did a couple little lines all the way around it, and then a couple little zigzags on top of those lines, just to emphasize that sweater a little bit, make it stand out a little bit more. And that one, I wasn't in love with this one, but I showed my husband and it was his favorite, so I guess I'm keeping it. So here I am just kind of showing all the cards that I made, but again, I'm going to have some close-ups here for you in a second, so you'll be able to see all of those even better. Thanks for watching. Bye.